big draw to this book is it's not just a thriller book about demons. It's actually I think I mentioned this to you the other day. The big draw to this you don't find out until about chapter 8, but that's the big chapter where all the beans are
The
spilled.
mid
Yeah.
season climax.
Yeah, the mid-season finale.
Finale,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I wrote it to be like that. The chapter 8 is called Skeletons in the Closet, and that's basically where Sam learns about his past. And this is where I introduce a new genre of creature, a new genre of being. Not a vampire. There's vampires, there's werewolves, there's all kinds of things, in modern lore.
Oh my.
But I don't want to write a book about something that already exists, like a vampire. That's one, it happens way too much. And there's a lot of vampire stories and books that I love, but that's not what I want to do. So I created something new, and it's called a Sepligent, and that is the most important thing anyone could get from me today. And it is.
Say that again.
It's called a Sepligent.
Spell it.
Sepligent.
Okay.
Sepligent. And it is a weaker demon created at the start of time, a little after the start of time, to feed normal demons. Because in the lore of my story, demons feed off of humans. They need human blood to survive. But this started to be a problem because there's a lot of demons who they have powers over humans. They can control them, they can persuade them of things, and that's kind of not fair. So a third kind of existence was created called a Sepligent, and they are artificial demons. So they have to be born a human, and then there is a ritual that takes place on the newborn. I know that sounds dark, but chapter 8 is the explanation of how a Sepligent is created is the darkest the book gets. Well, probably chapter 16, probably the finale. I told you,
that's pretty dark.
It gets pretty intense, but basically a converter is you know what sentient is. Like a dog is not sentient, but we as humans are sentient. There's a non-sentient kind of demon called a converter that comes in mid-ritual, and it does not know what's happening. It does not know that you started the ritual. It just knows that there's a newborn that's wanting to change over. So it comes in, it kills the newborn, it bleeds to death, and it breathes the breath of death into the newborn. So like in the Bible, there's you hear about the God breathed into us the breath of life. And that gave our bodies, which were just earthly materials, life. But this is the very opposite. So it breathes the breath of death into us, into the newborn, and it becomes something different. It's still human, but it's a demon. It's called a Sepligent, and it basically mass produces the human blood. So a demon could feed on a regular human, and he'll probably be dead in like 5 minutes, because he's bleeding out, and it's a very intense process. But a demon could feed on a Sepligent for life, and the Sepligent will always regenerate. It will always heal itself, and it will never die from that. It will always, that's what it was born to do, is to feed a demon, So there's a lot of intricacies to it, but it's all explained, and there's a lot of twists on it. Things get very intense, and I want you all to read it.
Very intense.
Yeah.
Chapter 16. That's why I said
that chapter is dark. It gets heavy there.
I would definitely see Hollywood changing that ending.
Yeah.